Hello my loves, welcome back to Zeke's Lunchbox. Today we're gonna do a study sessions episode. I'm trying to make them a lot more regular. Today we are gonna draw some hands. You probably already know from the thumbnail. Hands for me obviously are really difficult, but I feel like the last year I've been really focusing on trying to get a lot better at hands, and if you've been watching my channel for a while you will know that I've been trying to stay away from just doing paintings with just heads, and earlier this year I found just doing a full body was really difficult. I haven't mastered it at all, but I have seen an improvement, and I think it is definitely due to studying up. Yeah, I want to show you guys a little insight to how I study, and hopefully this helps you as well. When I do these study sessions episodes, I normally work in this journal here, which is fantastic and great and I love it. But today we are going to draw in my moleskin, covered in Zeke's Lunchbox stickers if you want to grab them. Shameless plug. Look, this journal here has been really good for watercolor stuff and mixed media, and it's basically really high grade watercolor paper in a journal, which is fantastic, but it's not so good for just pencil sketches because it does have quite a tooth. I do just plan on doing just pencil in this, just because when you go back to the bare minimum tools, it really forces you to focus on skilling up and having no other distractions except working on your tones and forms. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's draw some hands. Oh, and before we head into it, I am going to be at the Collective Hustle market next Sunday on the 28th. It's the very first proper market I've done. I feel insanely unequipped and unprepared for it, but I would love to see you guys there. So if you're in Melbourne, Australia, definitely pop by. All right, let's head into it. Trying to draw every single day in this journal. It's been a little bit tricky, but it's been a every day, every second day kind of thing. I like this little dude over here. He's pretty funny. I went ahead and got my boyfriend to take some photos of my hand. I will pop up these photos on my blog as well if you guys want to have some high resolution photos of hands as well. I find when I'm Googling hands and hand references, if the photo is a little bit pixelated, I find it really hard to get what angle the nail goes in, and all those tiny little fine details that make a big difference and really trick the eye into believing that it's correct. If you want to draw along as well, you can go over to my blog and get that. I'm not feeling too energetic today. I'm feeling pretty chill and I'm feeling pretty worn out. I'm gonna just try and have a chill draw session, see what happens. I do feel in the last 6 months or so I've gotten a lot better at drawing hands just because I've been practicing a lot more. A channel that I really love watching that I think a lot of people on YouTube will watch is probably Proko's channel. I think I've mentioned that before. He's got lots of good helpful tips with anatomy and good tips to make your anatomy not so stiff, which is a big problem for me. So I like to start normally with the palm of the hand, and I also like to start off with where thumb muscle goes. Yeah, and I usually like to just start with a line of action as well, just because that seems to help a lot with just making your hands a lot more, I don't know, dynamic, I guess. Go back here, you can kind of see this is what I mean when it comes to a line of action. Here I drew a line that's being flicked out, so it feels like you're really getting that elongated feel with the fingers, and it just makes it feel a little bit more energized in a way, not so bleh, dead hands. I'm finding it really difficult to get some kind of balance with my work and making all of my clients happy, and then also trying to achieve all of what I need to do with my personal work, and I'm just finding it really difficult to balance it all. Oh, that's right, tools. I'm using two paces. I think one of them has a 7H or a H7. I pop it up on the screen, and then this one's a HB. I have this eraser thing, and then also I have got a soft eraser. So another thing that I like to do with my construction lines is I like to try and estimate where all the tips of the fingers are going to go. It just helps me like not be so blind when it comes to like drawing the hand. Another tip that I find is getting your pencil and like getting the angle right and then like moving it over to your drawing. I find that really helps a lot. See, I can see here what I drew was more in this angle, but it's actually a little bit more upright. So you can kind of like visually pinpoint little spots of where that angle should go. So I can see here that the pencil's a little bit more upright. I feel like this one's okay for my first attempt. All of like the foreshortening finger stuff is really difficult, so I'm gonna head over to position that's a little less difficult. Okay, they're all really hard. I seem to have a lot of luck with this kind of angle because there isn't that much foreshortening. It's more just like, you know, going the other direction. What's the opposite to foreshortening? I don't know. Just overall though, this page at the moment, I'm kind of liking the sketchy double visionness of it, and I kind of like this like weird blob here too. All right, let's get into this one. How do you guys feel about drawing hands? Are they really like intimidating to you? Are they just like, as soon as you draw it, you're like, wow, what is that? Because that's me a lot of the time. Yeah, what do you guys feel like you should improve in your artwork? I feel like as soon as you put out like what you want to improve in, especially when you vocalize it, it's like, it's out there in the universe, and I don't know, you're putting that energy out there. I don't know if you guys are people who believe in that sort of stuff, but I guess I do. I really like putting like stuff out there, seeing what sticks, putting goals out there for the sake of it. You never know. With this hand here, I feel like I'm starting to get my tones right. Form is getting a little bit better. Yeah, I'm still feeling like I'm not quite in the zone. I don't know. If I compare these hands to like what I could do last year, they are way, way better. Or, you know, even a couple of months ago, it's a lot better, but I still am like kind of disappointed in where these are heading. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm like warming up to it. I have chosen a bunch of positions that are a little bit difficult, especially with like a little bit of foreshortening, but I feel like hands are always difficult no matter what position they're in. So I don't know. What do you think? I would love some critique on this. Alright, my loves, so that's all the hands that I feel like drawing at the moment. I'm feeling incredibly rusty. I don't know, this was one of the most difficult study sessions, I think mainly because I didn't have any colors to distract me. Yeah, no colors, just like bare bones materials, so like no distractions, you know, it's very, very raw. Look, I don't think my hands are incredible or anything. I do feel like I have so much more to improve when it comes to anatomy. But that being said, if I'm comparing myself to where I was at a couple of months ago, I do feel like I've improved quite a lot. If I can do it, you can too, and really you just need a lot of patience and dedication. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Just a reminder before you head out, I will be doing the Collective Hustle Market in Melbourne on the 28th of October, so I would love to see you guys there. Make sure you give the video a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and you know, support your local artist. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!